find these things out? Do you do a chart reading, or do you do astrology, or how do you find this? Or
There
you
is
hypnotize?
No hypnotism. I am awake. The person doing for whom I'm doing the reading is also totally awake. We subconsciously travel to the records. I know it sounds a bit out of a fairy tale, but it is a fact. These records are in the realm and very ferociously guarded by the record keepers. We travel to the fourth dimension or to the fourth aura layer of ours.
Wow.
With the help of our higher self. Our higher self is placed 6 inches above our head. So we go to the records, and the name of the person there is a prayer which we say so that, they can give us access to those records. We see those records. We ask this person, what is it that is giving you pain in your life? Basis on that, we question the records for that particular aspect. Because as you know, a person may have thousands of lifetimes. So how do you find out? It's like searching for a needle in a haystack.
Correct.
So we question the record very evidently on what is the issue being faced by that person. And we get crystal clear answers.
So amazing.
Yes.
This is like psychic ability. My God.
Yes.
So you're traveling astrally also, that means?
Yes, we do that. I'm a psychic also. When I do healings or when we do healings, I actually go into the energy field of that person and actually feel what kind of energies they are releasing or they are going through. I empathize with them. I connect with them, do not attach with them.
Okay.
That is the trick. So you don't get overwhelmed by their emotions. You are a medium, you just give a reading and pull yourself back.
In fact, that was going to be my next question for you after listening to you, that don't you get affected if you're moving into another realm?
Yes. So what we do is that we have a methodology where we shield ourselves. And what affects us is our emotions more than the external factors, because how attached we become to that person is how we get affected. If you look at it from a third party perspective, the attachment will not be there. So connection is the right word. Attachment is not a good thing to do.
Yeah, but when you're going into another realm, you don't know what you're going to meet. So always the realms are higher, or do you sometimes go to the lower realms too? Because I know that there are, I believe, I don't know actually.
Yeah. There are. But see, what happens is that we are always, we are white magicians. We call ourselves as white magicians. So what we do is that we always call for a particular set of, like for example, we have our archangels, we have our Lord Metatron, we have Lord Melchizedek, who I call for big time. Somewhere Mahavtar Babaji has been a guiding force for me through all this. And also when we do a reading, we create a sacred space. So when you create a sacred space with all the archangels and the lords, you will not find any negative energy close to you. So you always travel to the desired destination rather than go to another realm. It's something like an injection which they give for heart. They target it in such a way that even if you give the injection in the hand, it goes to the heart.
It's like the arrow has to go straight to that point. You also spoke about past life readings. You know, in astrology, they also have something like you have a natal chart, a birth chart. You also have a death chart. Do you connect with people who have passed away, like a medium? Have you ever experienced that too?
I have done it on maybe 3 to 4 occasions. I do not do that because depending on when that person has passed away, he would be in a particular realm and we would be disturbing his pattern or his journey there. And whatever be the reason or whatever be the cause, it generally belittles the actual broader picture. So I generally don't do it because the attachment with they call, there's a lot of misery and a lot of grief. Then that puts them into more trouble than actual moksha. Although in the recent past, there was this celebrity who was like all over the place. So I do not do that kind of thing because it is something like you are playing with their journey.
You said that there was a celebrity who was out there, means somebody who had passed away?
Yeah. And he was all over the news in between. Everybody was.
But
so I do not get into that.
Yeah, but you were asked to look into it?
Yes, there were people, but I excused myself from that.
But there are energies, there are souls. Has an energy come, because you're so psychic, to give you a message for someone? Does that happen?
I'll share with you one incident. One of my colleague, we do light work together. In her balcony, some washing machine and some geyser water heater, they conk off very often. That was kind of uncanny. After that, when I sat for my meditation, some spirit entered into my space. The face of that colleague came up, and the name Ajay came up. So I thought, I don't know, because I could not get a message beyond that. So I just called her and said that, does the name Ajay make any sense to you? She said, no, it doesn't make any sense. After 15 minutes, she calls me very excitedly, saying that this Ajay was my uncle. He passed away recently, and he is trying to connect to them to basically release him. I don't know, he was not able to cross over. After that, she was able to do the clearing, and then those episodes in her balcony stopped.
I've read that electricity, lights going off can get disturbed, even the cell phone, and all of. Coming to the inner child, you work with the inner child, because now we're done with the past life.